He's running very fast, too.
I think we've seen more drivers use that low line here this evening than we've seen in the past.
Look at this. Look at Stryker running down the bottom, throwing those sparks. He's sliding right up in front of Ciccone. So, oh, we got a car.
Well, 2 cars up in the wall, and a car rolls over.
Oh,
he is
man,
T-boned. We'll have a red flag. Mike Mason is going over.
Looks like...
We also see Roy Carruthers in number 5 and Don Schilling in number 21. Schilling was T-boned by Mike Mason, which is the car. You can see the belly pan, and Mason went for a wild ride in number 7.
Boy, oh boy, all I saw out of the corner up at the top of the screen was 2 cars into the fence. Then all of a sudden, when they came off the fence and got down in front of everybody else, everything went crazy. Everybody started running into everybody.
We saw Mike Mason upside down before on Saturday Night Thunder, and again, we talk about the integrity of a race car, the integrity of the roll cage. He is on his side, but Don Schilling in number 21, that is a car that he built himself. Mason is in the Beast chassis, and Mason actually T-boned Schilling and went into a violent set of barrel rolls. Let's look at it again. Now, you look at the front of the pack. All right, a car is already in the wall. 2 cars are into the wall.
Oh, it looks like Schilling got upside down.
Schilling actually got upside down. Now, where is Mason? There is Mason right there. Now, watch Mason as he goes side for side about 5 times.
He had nowhere to go. Mason, he was just, everything happened so fast at this racetrack, there's no reaction time. Once Schilling came down off the racetrack in front of him, there was nothing he could do. Bam, he hit him, and they both set him up. And this young kid's doing quite a good job driving the race car. I think a little experience, he's going to be tough to beat. As you can see right there, Tony Stewart.
Well, he gave him a lesson right there.
That's right, he sure did. He said, oh, he hit the wall back there, going down the back straight away.
Oh, he's upside down, barrel rolling down the backstretch. And he slides to a stop on the inside. The red flag is out.
You could see him hit the wall as he came off of that corner, and once it hit the wall, it slid around to the left side, and the left side caught and turned around. You can see
Jeff moving inside the cockpit. What a wild ride. After he hit the wall, the car came back around on the with the weight. It came back around and dug in and started barrel rolling down the backstretch.
Right. You know, it's a good sign when you see the driver moving around in there. They're all there, of course, working on him, trying to help him get out of the cockpit. But if he's conscious and moving around, it's always a pretty good sign, I think. But he took it terribly hard. That was one of the toughest flips I've seen down here. It went for a long, long way. It went a long way down that back straightaway.
All right, now watch as he
got off of the corner. He just got a little high. He slapped it with the right rear, then the right front hit. He tries to pull it down off. He slides to the left and then back. When he gets that soft left rear, that's when you get in a lot of trouble on pavement. Here you can see he's over once, twice. There's the 3rd time he's over. Now he does a little pirouette. 4 or 5. The arms,
this is where it hurts right here.
Yeah, that's when he gets in. His arm, he had one arm way outside the cockpit. It wasn't out the top, but it was out the side. The arm
first couple of barrel rolls, though, as he was burning up the energy, dissipating the energy, the car was only making light contact with the cage as it went over. Watch again.
Right.
This is when it starts to hurt.
The arm restraints really are doing a pretty good job here of holding his arms down. See, they kept him from going out the top of the cage, which is where you don't want them. So he was. They did a very good job. Here we see from Jeff Sands, maybe we can get a little bit better idea. Oh, we can see him going down the racetrack because they're all trying to avoid him. That race car was pretty high when you look at it from that angle, a lot higher than it looked from that other camera angle.
On the right of the screen is Steve Barth in the yellow car at the back of the pack. He wants to make up ground, but Barth runs into Kenny Irwin Jr. and then goes up and over the rail. Riding the rail down the track is Steve Barth. Finally, the car goes over the wall and begins an end-over-end flip past the billboards. Steve Barth suffered only a bump on the head. Another look from the in-car camera, a quick end to the race for Steve Barth. In the camera, our Foster's Beer play of the week.
Look at this.
We have a car over the wall in the entrance to turn 4. A car over the wall. It appears to be Bob Ciccone. Bob Ciccone in a wicked ride over the wall.
It is.
From Prospect Park, Pennsylvania, you can see to the cockpit, the cage, that reader chassis is intact. Bob is moving around. He has had a couple of wicked rides here on ESPN. One last season at Winchester. He's okay. The crew is there almost immediately, but he's already had a chance to assess and probably say, hey, I'm okay, guys.
Yeah, he's moving around. I think he's all right, but obviously a little shaken up. You don't go out of a place like this going the speed you're going here without taking a few bumps and bruises along with you. So he's trying to gather himself back together, and he's going to sit there and think about it for a second, nod his head, say, yeah, he's okay, I'm okay. Just let me sit here and get my breath, and then we'll get out of here.
Collect my thoughts and get the cobwebs off the head.
That's exactly what it does. I mean, it rings your bell pretty hard. You get out of a place going that fast, why it shakes you up, and he's, he just wants to get himself gathered up. He's shaking his head that he's okay, but he says, I'm not going to jump out of here and fall down on my nose.
Look at the damage. He didn't go over the wall.
I think that appears to be. It's right at the end.
Right at the end of the catch fence. That's where he caught the end of the catch fence and the cable system. So let's take a look again, Larry. And watch for the red number 59 be off to the right of your screen. No, actually off the left of the screen.
Oh, he went into the thing, got up on the fence. Look, like he was just barely going to go, and then he caught the catch fence.
He caught the catch fence right there and went over. Obviously, there was no contact. Something apparently broke, and he pushed right to the fence. Watch again.
The throttle stuck. The throttle stuck on the thing and took him right to the fence. Nobody touched him. The throttle stuck on that thing. The left front brake was locked up, and he just couldn't turn it. It's happened so quick, so instantaneously. When that throttle sticks, you cannot turn it and hit the kill switch. There's his father.
Goes out of the ballpark. Now, as you can see, Mike Blake is out in front here, about to be overlapped by Steve Butler down on the bottom. Blake turns in front of Butler. Butler sends Stewart out of here. He is up and in the trees in what has to rank as one of the wildest rides of this 1992 season. Again, you'll see it in slow motion. This is a case of wrong place at the right time. When Butler comes up and collects Stewart, Tony's into the catch fence, over the fence, into the trees. But came out of the car and said, hey, I'm okay. As a matter of fact, came out and said, let me get in another car, and went back out. And
yeah, he sure does, and he's doing so well with the stock cars. He's taking a lot of our Saturday Night Thunderheads down there with him, but I'm sure they're back here with us tonight. So.
Well, once again, only 6 will transfer. As we've said before, it's the inverted start, the faster qualifiers on the rear. This should be very interesting. DeLordo and Verdine bring them down. Oh, that's not going to happen.
My goodness.
A double flip, a car upside down, barrel rolling.
That's Kenyon.
No, that's Mac McClellan. Mac McClellan in the other 25 car. Mac McClellan in the other 25 car. Kenyon, they had identical cars. Cliff Jacobs built both cars. They were identical, but that was the Mac McClellan car out of Dayton, Ohio.
Yeah, that was a terrible barrel. The 2 cars got into the fence up there, and Mac McClellan barrel rolled down that front straightaway for a long, long way. That was terrible.
Now, once again, we saw the green come out, but it was not even a good green. We knew it was going to go back to yellow, so that was not even going to be a start.
Yeah, it's a terrible thing to witness something like that when you see a car that gets into the fence like that and just barrel rolls. Boy, those things are snap rolling so quickly down there. Your guy is knocked out right away, I'm sure, because his arms were flailing out.
That's why you're wearing the arm restraints,
exactly
the neck brake, so if
that's
there is a driver
right.
that's knocked unconscious, all the safety devices keep all the extremities inside the cockpit, allowing that cage to do its job. It appeared that the cage did its job, but unfortunately one of the arms perhaps got loose from the arm restraint.